and welcome back to the second round of the Season's End tournament of the Austrian Legacy League. In round 2 we have competing Andreas Wolfsgruber on Mono Green Cloudpost and Cyril Banker on Goblins.
I have to say I never saw that matchup before. So, Green Cloudpost against Goblins. I'm really interested to see where's that going. What do you think?
I mean, I haven't seen it a lot, but it should be actually favored for the Goblin side. It's still a deck with Richard Port and Wasteland. However, the Richard Port are cut to 2 here, which is a really important card in this matchup. But usually it should go for the Goblin side, because you have like for while on turn 1 you can Wasteland important pieces or important lands on the side of Andreas.
Yep.
And usually you should be a little bit faster than the Mono Green Cloudpost side.
Okay, yeah. As I said, I didn't see that matchup anywhere before. But yeah, I'm stoked. Let's see about it. I mean, Andy has Piffing Needles that he can name Wasteland for.
Yeah.
So maybe that is a huge advantage then.
Yeah, they are specifically in there to name Wasteland, actually.
Yeah, sure. Because that's the thing you want, no?
Yep.
Big mana. And don't get wasted off your big mana.
Yeah. And I think we have here a turn 1 Ether Vial off of a Wasteland for Cyril. And the turn 1 Cloudpost for the side of Andreas. And we even see the turn 1 Wasteland, the land. I actually would have liked that he deployed an Ether Vial. And wasted it on
I
turn
think
2.
normally the most perfect thing you can have is a Ether Vial turn 1 or a Lecky.
Yeah. And do we see here a Lecky? No, the Ether Vial.
But that's a beautiful Ether Vial.
Yeah. What is this? Is it a Double Masters?
Yeah, that needs
extended.
That must be one of the newer Double Master sets.
So Double Masters 2, the extended art of the Ether Vial, and I think it's even a foil.
Yeah, I like that one.
And
I need to check out Card Market, I guess. So Expedition map on the side of Andy.
Yeah.
Wants to get into the land.
Yeah.
And Ether Vial takes up to 1.
And unfortunately we don't have life totals here either.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
But
you had one job, putting your handy where we can see it, your mobile device.
But yeah, it
and
happened.
Another Ether Vial and no land.
So, I mean, a 2-lander with Ether Vial is an easy keep, but if that's the case, I think you still have to play your Ether Vial on turn 1 off of the Wasteland.
Yeah.
Because then it's exactly this scenario, but with 1 Ether Vial at 2 and 1 Ether Vial at 1.
I mean, if Andy just has a Piffing Needle and says Ether Vial now,
yeah, it's basically game over.
that would be really nice, because he missed his land drop, so there is no Wasteland in hand.
Yeah. And we will for sure see something like a Cloudpost or a second green land on the next turn.
Okay, the one stays at 1. the other one goes strictly to 2. I mean, we know what he means.
And no turn 2 play either. Okay. Yeah. Seems rough.
I don't like this 7.
I mean, I like the 7. I mean, it depends how it deploys.
Yeah, but I mean, you are
on the blind. I don't like it.
You are an aggro deck. That's if you're playing against anything else than Cloudpost, you're just dead.
Yeah. I mean, you have something like how is it called? A Goblin Crate Maker in hand, a Goblin Matron. But yeah, especially with like 3 and 4 with like 2 and 3 drops in hand, you really want to have the Ether Vial on turn 1, because now Andy just plays another.
Sorry.
Okay, no, he goes for the second green source, Boseija. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think he is Boseija's the Ether Vial here. That is on 2. It could be something that he wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you Boseiju the Ether Vial, he still gets his 3rd land.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's a good play, but it's a play that could happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Me neither. Because like if we see the hand on the side of Cyril, which means he activates the for violent response, puts in a 2-drop, like the Crater Maker. Yeah. And then the Ether Veil blows up, he gets another land.
Yeah, I don't like that play. That wasn't the play.
Nope.
So I mean, he still has an E for a while, and now he gets the third land, and he's mana screwed a little bit because he missed the land drop, so he top decked the land.
Yeah.
And you don't want to give him more lands.
Yeah.
But yeah, Andy decided like that, and now we have this situation.
So I mean, it depends. If he has another green source in hand, he can just deploy a Primeval Titan, and it is far ahead.
Yep.
So I have no worries for the side of Andy because he's in the scenario where he can advance his board. And yeah, if this is if he has a green source in hand, and he does not.
And now tapping Etherwell, Lecky getting in, Moxes.
Okay, it's a green Zanzini for 4, which means it should be.
No, he has 1, 2.
No, for 6.
3 posts. So they all make.
Yeah, I forgot that another post came in.
Yep.
And yeah, Aofugen and another post, and yeah.
Yeah, you can make that one.
I think you just are winning now. So.
But I still don't like the procedure. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have liked another land here or something like that. The procedure doesn't really do anything. Maybe to respect the grindy plan, like something like a Glimmer Post.
I think with the Titan in the end, it's okayish to make the play.
I mean, it doesn't allow Cyril to flood the board.
So yeah, okay, Fable of the Mirror Breaker is whatever now.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a 2/2, but it doesn't do anything on the board. Next turn, it may put away 2 cards, but yeah.
Nice token.
Yeah, these are quite gorgeous, I have to admit. But yeah. Let's see what Andy's doing here. I mean, it should be soon Emrakul time or something like that. Because he's like...
If that's just another Haymaker, like an Ulamog or something like that.
I think attacking just with a Primeval Titan gives him like... Emrakul mana.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he attacks with it, he gets like 2 additional lands. Which would put him on 6 on every Vesuva. And he even has the Emrakul.
Is the Kiki token that Fable makes a legendary? Not the token, but the flip side.
I don't think so. It's just a reflection of Kiki.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and there's a Ulamog.
Okay.
So, okay, let's just exile 2 permanent.
The interesting thing is, like, Ulamog will die if it doesn't get rid of the Goblin Crater Maker. Because Goblin Crater Maker can destroy a target non-land, colorless permanent, if I remember correctly. Or is it just a colorless artifact?
I mean, it's a cast trigger from Ulamog, so he can't kill it in response, even if he has...
Yeah. Okay, so he got rid of the Crater Maker, so this is not a play that he can do. But yeah.
So, trigger, what will he get?
I mean, it should be like a Cloudpost and
so much
a Glimmer
mana.
Post or something like that.
Give that man a Blood Moon over there. What the heck?
Does he play Blood Moon in the sideboard?
Yeah, he plays 2 Blood Moons. And they would be really nice to have.
Okay, and those are...
that's Glimmer Post.
Glimmer Posts?
So he gets life. And yeah, he's packing it in.
Yeah.
So I'm so far behind. I don't have a chance against an Titan and Ulamog. And with the Eye of Ugin, he's just keep going.
Yeah, actually a turn, what was it? A turn 4 Primeval Titan on the play should be usually good enough. I mean, you need like Max's hands to beat it.
Yeah, and
So-
he even got wastelanded, you have to say.
Yeah, true. So we have Cyril now down a game. And yeah. What are cards that you expect here in this matchup?
Let's see the sideboard first. So I like Collect the Roof in the sideboard from Andy against the Faval, I guess. What do you think? Because I think a one-off to search with the Green Sun Zenith
Okay.
would be really nice to have.
I can get behind a one-off, but nothing really more. I like the Force of Wiggers because you can get rid of the Favile and the Blood Moons that you can expect here.
Yeah, sure. That's also true.
And on the side of Cyril, we have like the Blood Moon, as I
He has
already
to
mentioned.
bring in the Blood Moons.
And the question is, maybe you go for the Surgical Extraction to kind of hope to snipe the Cloudpost
Yeah,
off
if
of
you
the
can,
deck.
if you can get with a Wasteland a Cloudpost into
Yeah.
the graveyard. Yeah, it's clunky, but
It's clunky, but it can be something that you can
it's
do.
better than
Unlicensed Hearse.
yeah, for example. That's doing
I mean,
Really
you're basically looking at like Pyrokinesis to put out the unlicensed Hearse. I like the Mask Vandal. I think this is not the matchup for a Munitions Expert. And yeah, that's kind of the four cards that you
I
would
guess
put out.
the matchup goes down to if Cyril has a Blood Moon and Andy doesn't find the Force of Rigor.
Or if Cyril has like turn 3 Maxus or something like that.
Yeah, sure. If he can get quicker than
Yeah.
Andy on the board.
Yeah, and so it's really important in this matchup that you are on the play. Unfortunately for Cyril, he lost the die roll to Andy, and Andy showed that his
Yeah, I
deck
mean that
has to
would
be
have
respected.
been really different to just Etherwild turn 1 and then waste the Glimmer Post.
In the end, I think it didn't matter,
I
but
mean if Cyril was on the play. So
yeah,
he
especially.
can, he can go turn 1 Etherwild and
Yeah.
he plays the post and then just waste the post.
It would definitely be different. Then you can't get your land with the expedition map and stuff like that because you get the crater maker out. Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
a
But
few things that
that's
can
just
come to.
what would have been. No?
Yeah.
It's not true.
It didn't happen.
So now we are here and that's game 2.
And I think in game 2, Cyril is a little bit favored, even though it's a pretty close match. I mean, I still think it should be like 55% favored for Goblins, but it always depends on the builds, especially since there are only 2 Blood Moons. So yeah, kind of interesting.
Yeah, but maybe he boarded out the Masked Vandal because of the Blood Moons, because he can't cast
I mean, you
it, no?
use
But you can Etherwild it. Yeah, sure.
so it's inferior number, but it really isn't.
And let's see Ancient Tomb and the Lecky.
I mean, it's Richard and Port into Lackey.
No.
Richard and Port Etherwild into Lackey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Ancient Tomb.
But it's not quick enough.
Yeah.
It's
If you
like
don't have-
a
if you
hit on
don't-
turn 3. Yeah.
So punished by not having the red mana.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, these a lot of goblin lists are like pretty greedy with their mana. I mean, how many red sources do we have in this deck? Like 1, 3. We have like 3, 6 of the dual lands and mountains, and like
Yeah, Cavern of
5
Soul.
5 fetches. So we have 11 and 4 caverns. I mean, 15 colored mana is pretty sufficient.
Don't forget about the tiger.
I counted the tiger
Okay.
as a 6th real land, but yeah, like 15 should be usually enough. I mean, you have a lot of double colored or even triple colored spells with the Goblin not Charbelch, Chain Whirl. Goblin Charbelch is a whole different deck.
That would be just okay. Shoot you down. Every non-land I have.
So yeah, So this is a twin-shot archer that got put onto the bottom. Do you know the card?
Twin-shot sniper. I guess.
Twin-shot sniper. I'm sorry.
I think he's called. Yeah, I know him. So Alex, looking at Alex, played it in Bologna, and I played against it, and it's a good card. Yeah. It's a newer card. From what set is it? Do you know?
It's from the recent set from Kamigawa, Neon Dynasty.
Okay.
It has like a channel for 2 and cycling, and you deal 2 damage to any target, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah.
And when it comes into play, it deals 2 damage to any target.
I mean, it's twin shot because it shoots twice if he wants to.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Or because he deals 2.
Yeah,
so.
something. You can channel or you can play it, and he shoots. He just shoots something.
He's a shooter.
So Richard and Port.
And the thing is, I don't think that you want to port in the upkeep here. The reason is like you don't have any pressure out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he crop rotations and
yeah. So in this turn cycle, like Cyril got nothing done. I mean, it's quite harsh to say, but
he made a land
it
drop,
is.
man. Give him that.
I mean, he made a land drop.
He made a land drop. He didn't made a land drop last game.
I mean, it's always for decks like Goblins and Death and Texas. There are spots where you have to use your resource denial, but it's very, very rare that you want to use a resource denial when you aren't ahead on board. And for that, the turn 1 Ether Vial is so important for Death and Texas, because then it doesn't matter if you Richard and Port your opponent on turn 2.
Because you're just putting in the mummy.
Yeah.
In the end step.
Yeah. Or you Wasteland, because it doesn't really matter, because you still got something done, because you have your mana advantage on the Ether Vial. Yeah. And yeah. So what do we see here? I mean, does we have a Blood Moon in hand? Which would be something, but I mean, the best thing that he can do is like Goblin Lackey and Richard and Port your opponent, or Wasteland Richard and Port your opponent. Yeah.
So you should just waste the post, then Port. Okay, but he decides to go the other round.
I mean, you will always port this land.
Yeah,
then you move into the draw step, and then you Wasteland your Cloudpost.
Mm-hmm.
This is the scenario. So you have to do upkeep Richard and Port on the blue on the green source.
Because you can just crop
Float the
rotation or something and crop rotate it away or whatever.
Yeah, because in response he will float the green mana and then use the green mana to crop rotate. But this is in the draw step, so.
You're sure? Because he didn't draw a card.
I mean, I think in this scenario it wasn't in the draw step,
but
usually it should be in the draw step. So that Andreas has nothing to do.
Nearly right. It was close enough, wasn't it?
I think he called it in the draw step and draw a card afterwards, but I think it was right. And I think we are at 21 on the side of Andy and 19 on the side of Cyril.
Mm-hmm.
So if we remember the life totals, no fetching on the side of Andy,
but
a Glimmer Post. Yeah.
Ah, God.
18. Soon.
No, yeah, soon.
Okay.
Porting.
Okay.
But what do you think? Normally Cyril would like to go a little bit quicker than that, because Andy still makes his land drops.
Yeah, I mean, Cyril doesn't put any pressure on the side of Andy. And the thing here is like, if he doesn't have something like a surgical for Cloudpost, it will be a rough one.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to have the surgical here. Otherwise, I don't really see anything that can prohibit Andy from winning the game. But maybe I will learn a different lesson. So, yeah. Let's see what Cyril does here. I mean, a Maxos can be a quick clock, but I think is this a Cavern of Souls? Yeah. And do we know the black creature here? Is it a Slingang?
It has to be a Slingang.
Or is this the mysterious cards from the sideboard, the black one? There is
Warren Veering. Yeah, that's another goblin card, I guess. That's the tribal card.
It's a tribal sorcery or something like that.
That has to be a tribal sorcery, but I don't remember what it can do. I guess it's putting in tokens or something.
Yeah, we will see.
Two 1/1 goblins, I guess. Something like that, I remember, but it's a good chance I'm not correct in this one.
And we are on 18.
Yeah, but what does it... I have to read that. What is that?
I will put it up on my phone, actually.
But I think it makes tokens.
It's Warren
Veering. It's like a name.
Weirding.
Yeah, your neighbor could be named like that.
Okay, this one is a tribal sorcery. Target player sacrifices a creature. If a goblin is sacrificed this way, the player puts 2 1/1 black goblin rogue creatures tokens into play. Those tokens can haste until end of turn. So basically, it's like an edict.
Yeah, but I wasn't that incorrect. It puts tokens into play.
It puts tokens into play.
There you go.
So it's like the goblin answer to Marred Large, and which is cool because you can find it off of Goblin Matron.
Yeah, because it's a goblin card. Or Ringleader.
Or Ringleader, actually, yeah. So I really, really like it because it's like, it doesn't really have any downsides. I mean, it's a sorcery. It has a lot of downsides because it's not an instant speed.
That's a sweet cavern.
Yeah, those are the Seneca Rising lots.
Wow, that's a sweet deck. Okay, shooting.
Does he have a crop rot in response? Ha! Get smooshed.
Got you.
No, the thing is, like, I think there was only 1 land in the graveyard. Or were it 2? I mean, if there were only 2... Oh no, the Reclaimer had...
Yeah, Summoning Sickness.
Summoner Sickness,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, if that wasn't true, it would have been an really interplay.
Yeah, I thought there was only 1 land in the graveyard.
Okay.
So it would be kind of like, yeah, you can only put a second land with the Elvish Reclaimer. Unfortunately, we don't really see the graveyard here because it's a little bit moved out. But yeah, we will see Elvish Reclaimer getting in for 3. So Cyril should be at 15. Yeah, will be a guessing game now.
And remember, he's playing Ancient Tombs. So
and next turn it's 12 because it's always 12.
Yeah, because it's always 12. Yeah, so fat shock.
Will we see next turn a hardcast Pyrokinesis?
Bloodstained Mire into Blood Crypt, I guess it is.
So yeah, is this a Pyrokinesis in his head? I can't see the cards.
Yeah, he keeps it so tight.
Not showing the cards to his opponent.
I don't know.
Yeah, will be interesting.
Let's see.
So a lot of men on the side of Andy for the future turns. So yeah, Eye of Ugin is a good one, which means like a lot of card advantages.
Because now he can
and you drew the Ancient Tomb.
Yeah, he can currently make 9, 10.
No. 9, 7, 8 mana. 9 mana with the Eye of Ugin because it now taps because of the Yamivaya.
Yeah, sure. But the Cloudpost
make 3.
Yeah. So 3, 6, 9, 10.
With the land drop, yeah. And if the land drop is a Glimmer Post, it's like an additional 2, so like 12 mana potentially for next turn.
Yeah. Krenko. Here we go. And the vial.
We are commander now.
Let's go with the Krenko.
But it could be that for next turn we have a loop actually with Emrakul and Caracas. Because there is like an, how's it called? The Primeval Titan. The Prime Time is in hand of Andy. So
Prime time is up, yeah.
what do we see here?
Another crop rotation. The third one.
So this should get a Vesuva.
No,
Or-
it's just another Cloudpost.
Or another Cloudpost. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And the thing is, like, I mean, you can't really sacrifice the Yamimaya, but I think I would have sacrificed the Eye of Ugin, actually. Because, like, you lose a lot of equity because you lose the green mana. Not the green mana, but another post.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool, which is called Ort, which in German, which would just be place in English. So really, really interesting.
What?
Yeah, it's an Ort in German, which means directly it translates to plain.
It's not
place.
A lotus?
Or is it a lotus?
It is a lotus, I guess. Not Ort. I think it's called lotus. But we have to look that up.
We have to look it up.
We have to look it up.
It's such an old card.
think
How is it called? Locus.
Locus, not lotus. Yeah, locus.
Cloudpost German.
Wolkenposten.
There is it.
Locus.
Locus is the English word. Okay, fair enough. So, Cloudpost German MTG. So we have to kind of look it up on Gather.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's a Piffing Needle coming down, and I guess it's
Saying Krenko.
maybe Cranko, maybe Richard Import. I don't know.
Okay.
So if a while up to 1. I guess he drew a munition expert. Not really helpful right now.
Not really.
I mean, it could. No, it's not okay.
It's Locus in English, but
It's locus in English.
but place in German.
Place.
So yeah, we set the differences, but yeah, we will see here just
A little bit the Emma.
an Emmy here.
The Emmy.
And then he has like 50 mana to cast it, and on the next turn he attacks with Primeval Titan, puts in a Caracas, and yeah,
Hello there.
basically game is over.
Hello there, Emmy.
So with what we've seen, I think it's like maybe a worse matchup than I thought for goblins.
Yeah, but I guess he didn't put any
Pressure.
pressure on board.
Yeah.
So
And I think the sideboard isn't really used here to combat this matchup.
Yeah.
Which
so we didn't see any blood moons or something like that. And yeah, okay.
game over.
Game over. 2-0 for Andreas.
Yeah.
And Cloudpost. And yeah, the munition expert not very helpful.
Doesn't get big enough to kill an Emrakul.
Yeah, I guess that's not possible.
I mean, nowadays you have answers to Emrakul in like control decks because you can play your Teferi and bounce the Emrakul against Show and Tell.
Yeah, sure. If you get a turn to bounce the Emrakul, if you're just putting in with Show and Tell the
Yeah.
Emrakul, but if you're putting in an Omniscience and casting the Emrakul,
It doesn't really work. You don't really have the time. But yeah, the matchup wraps itself up. We have like Andreas Wolfsgruber winning 2-0 against Cyril Banker. And yeah, thanks for watching the video, and we will see you on the next one, which will be round number 3. Bye.
See you.